What up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Alatorre. Join the family, hit that subscribe button. Today I'm going to be doing a Get Ready With Me daytime edition. Normally for Get Ready With Me's, I have nowhere to go or it's an evening event. Today is different because I have a daytime event. For me, when it comes to daytime makeup, something that I'm really particular about, aside from skin always being like skin, is that skin needs to look like skin in natural daylight. Nothing makes me feel more self-conscious than when I don't feel confident in my own skin. This isn't the case for everyone, it's just for me. If you guys haven't heard my story of how I got into makeup, I used to do my makeup against a windowsill in natural light, and I was just obsessed with finding products that went on my skin and looked like skin and looked that way in natural light. So for today's video, I thought I would show you guys how I do my skin, or my routine, my foundation and concealer, basically my face routine for daytime wear when I want it to last all day long, because I am going to an event and I'm getting ready quite early. It's only 11 o'clock right now, and I think by the time I'm done doing this makeup, I will be wearing it for a few hours because I won't be home until really late. And I've been having some skin issues. My skin is quite dry right now. I don't know if it's the transition from summer to fall that's causing all the dryness, because I'm still drinking my 3 liters of water. So before anyone tells me to drink water, I'm still drinking my 3 liters of water. My skin's just been feeling really dry. As you can see, I have a ton of little blemishes that are quite irritated, quite being the word today. So I do want a fuller coverage, but I still want it to look fresh. So I partnered with Estee Lauder for today's video to show you guys the new DoubleWear Radiant Concealer. I've been using this a lot because it is full coverage, but skin nourishing. It's very hydrating. It's got great ingredients. I've noticed a trend in concealers right now, a lot of full coverage concealers, long wearing concealers, creaseless concealers, and also matte concealers. This one has a radiant dewy finish that is also creaseless and full coverage. So for me, that is what I want, because I can easily look dry and my under eyes always crease. And this has been very, very good to me. And I'm gonna be pairing it with the Estee Lauder DoubleWear Stay in Place makeup. This foundation is a classic and a staple, and it just always works when I want a long wearing foundation and also something that's full coverage. So I'm gonna be using those products today, and we're gonna hop right into it, guys. So because this is a daytime makeup, I'm going to be using my everyday Super Screen Daily Moisturizer from Supergoop, SPF 40, very creamy. The key to long wearing full coverage makeup is to ensure that the skin underneath is very well hydrated and that you have a nice slip to the skin, so when you apply your makeup, it glides on effortlessly. So I'm just gonna warm it up between my hands and apply a generous amount to prep the skin, and I'm not gonna be using any additional primer. This is all I'm doing to prep and prime my skin. To apply the DoubleWear Stay in Place makeup, aka foundation, I'm gonna use my fingertips. I have gone over this technique before on my channel. I just think it gives you the most skin-like finish because you're physically working the foundation into the skin. This is also why I feel like you don't need a primer, because this is a long-wearing foundation. Plus, that motion of working it into the skin really adheres it well to the skin. So it's gonna stay in place, as the bottle says. So I am using the shade 2W2 Rattan. And I'm going to apply it in small sections. So that's another thing with full coverage. I don't like to just start packing it on with a brush or a sponge, because full coverage already has that pigmentation and the coverage that you want. So I don't really feel the need to pack it on. I like to just blend it out so I have a nice thin, even layer of full coverage. So I'm going to take small amounts at a time and blend it into the skin. And then once I feel like I've blended it in pretty well, I'm gonna take a sponge and further blend it out. I also love the texture of this foundation. A lot of full coverage foundations to me feel a little too chalky. I don't know if that's the right word, but I just know as soon as I touch them that my skin is not going to agree with the formula. This formula is very creamy, just like the concealer. The concealer is also very creamy. So that's another reason why I feel like it ends up looking like skin, because it goes on or it applies very nicely. And if I need any additional coverage, so like right here, this guy just doesn't want to blend in, I take the foundation, I put a little on the back of my hand, and this is when I do apply it directly with the sponge, because it's going to give me more of a fuller coverage, because I'm just patting the foundation and layering it directly on top of that blemish. So I'm going to go here and add a little more where needed. I think all the other blemishes pretty much are covered up. I have a really nice even skin tone now, but this guy down here just giving me a little bit of trouble. Also this guy over here. So I'm just going to layer on a little more to cover them up. I need to get a zoom lens like ASAP, because if you guys didn't know, I film with a fixed lens. So anytime I zoom in, it's a macro lens, and I always have to get up, switch lenses. It's like a whole process. So new lens coming soon, and I will still make sure it's a lens that you guys can like zoom in real close and see all my pores and nose hairs, mustache, the whole 9 yards. Okay, going in with the concealer. So again, this is the Estee Lauder DoubleWear Radiant Concealer. Full coverage, long wearing, very, very crease resistant. When I say my under eyes crease like crazy, it's like, I don't know what it is. Like, I don't have wrinkly under eyes per se. Everything just settles in these little lines, and this product has been amazing. I've been using it for over 2 months now. My personal one is looking a little beat up, but they did send me some new ones, some fresh ones, so that they look nice on here. But I get the sense that you guys like to see the beat up product, because it shows that I do use it. Because I've been using the shade 2N as a highlighting shade down the center of the face. Gives me a little more coverage, great for every day. And then I use the shade 2W to even out my skin tone and give me, or cover up blemishes. When I'm on the run and want like a quick, easy look, I use those two shades. For a full coverage concealer, it doesn't look heavy, it feels fresh, it feels light, and I'll wait a bit to set it with powder underneath the eyes so you guys can see how crease proof it is. It's kind of shocking. So again, I'm using the shade 2N, and I'm just gonna go in directly with the large doe foot applicator. Apply it underneath the eyes. It really doesn't feel like most concealers out there right now that are full coverage that have you feeling like you're wearing a ton of concealer, especially for a daytime look. And that's why I've really been liking this, guys. So just gonna keep it here. And then after I blend it out, if I feel like I need more coverage underneath the eyes, I go in with a little more. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it now with the sponge, or blend it out with the sponge. I mean, tell me that doesn't look so nice. It looks so nice and so fresh. I'm gonna zoom you guys on in with the macro lens when I go to do my eyes, even though it's gonna be super simple, just so you can see it up close, because I feel like that macro lens really does show everything, and it really allows you to see the skin up close and personal. And now that I have you guys really zoomed in on this macro lens, you can see the skin texture, the finish. Are you not impressed? For full coverage, it doesn't get any fresher than this. It looks amazing. And it took a moment to switch the lenses. It's been about like 5 minutes or so, because like I said, whenever I have to get up to do other things when filming, I get super distracted. But look at how minimal the creasing is under my eyes. I'm telling you, concealers product creases under my eyes like crazy. And this concealer hardly creases, which minimizes the amount of powder that you have to use to set it. And I know a lot of people out there don't like using a lot of powder because it can make them look dry. So that is the good news about this concealer. So I'm just gonna go in with a small amount of powder and set under my eyes just to further lock in the concealer, because I do want this makeup to last all day long. I'm gonna be using this Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. Just filling in my brows really quickly like I normally do. And then for the eyes, I know I said I'm gonna do something really natural and laid back. So instead of just doing like the typical bronzer in the crease and highlighter like I always do on my channel, or like you always see me wearing on Instagram stories, I think I'm gonna do a winged liner. So still like a very simple plain eye, but with a winged liner. Before I do the eyes, I'm gonna add my highlighter now, because I do like to go a little overboard with it. To give an overall glossy effect, and I don't want to apply it afterwards and then have the highlight accidentally go over my eyeliner. So I'm going to be using Artist Couture's Sex Pose, and I'm just going to work it into the high points of the face, like right here. So this is probably like where I would accidentally apply it over my black liner. Brow bone, and above the brow right here. And then while I'm at it, I'm just gonna add it to the bridge of the nose and then Cupid's bow. Basically everywhere where I wanna highlight. Since I already have you guys zoomed in, you might as well just see it up close and personal. So I'm just gonna take a really soft brown that has a cool undertone to it. I really want a subtle look. I don't want it to be too warm in the crease of my eyes. So I'm gonna be using this ColourPop shadow. It's been my go-to. It is called Conundrum. Looks like this. It doesn't have a lot of warmth to it. It's like the perfect mid-tone brown. And I'm gonna take a fluffy brush and just toss it into the crease real quick. So start with a small amount and just really diffuse it out. You always want something in the crease because it defines your eye shape. If not, if you just do eyeliner, it might look like something's missing. So I always like to just define the crease, almost like contouring your eyes a bit. I have the new House Laboratories eyeliner. I played with it very briefly the other day. I just wanted to swatch everything, see how it went on, and it is so easy to use. And on top of that, it has staying power, which is great for all day wear, but it's also not difficult to remove, which is kind of amazing. And I feel like it was created for that purpose, to switch out your looks very quickly and effortlessly. So I'm gonna use this to create my wing. It is a felt tip. I might have to do the bad eye off camera because it is a struggle, guys. I'm gonna get really close to this mirror and do like a baby wing, not a dramatic one. Boom, how easy was that? Oh my God, wow. I'm like proud of myself. I gotta give myself a pat on the back. Gonna do the bad eye off camera now. Wish me luck. I survived, I can now breathe. So I'm just gonna add mascara, and whenever I do a winged liner, I do feel like I need some false lashes, because if not, my lashes tend to hide within the winged liner. So I just cut up a pair of random lashes I had, and I'm just gonna pop them onto the edge like this after I add mascara, just so you can see a little bit of lash there. Ooh, this is looking good. I'm gonna add a bit of a matte inner corner highlight. I've really been loving the way that looks over a shimmery highlight. So I'm gonna take this ColourPop shadow called Full Zip. I used it in a previous video, and I'm just gonna tuck it into the inner corner of the eye. I feel kind of naked without bronzer right now. I feel like normally I do my full face bronzer, highlight, and then move on to the eyes. And right now, zooming out, I'm like, what's missing? But I haven't finished my face yet. I have to do bronzer, blush, and then probably just a gloss. Moving on to bronzer. I'm gonna be using a matte bronzer to contour and bronze all at the same time. I'm using this Tom Ford Glow Bronzer in shade 02 Terra. I feel like the name for this bronzer isn't very fitting, because when I think of Terra, I think of terracotta, like more of like an orange color, and it's definitely not. It's more of like that ashy, taupey sort of bronzer that I like for contouring and bronzing. But whatever, we're gonna go ahead and use it. Bring some life and some shape to the face. Isn't it funny how different it looks without bronzer? I just feel like kind of naked. So I'm gonna go and not over bronze, but just chisel out the face so we have some structure here. Especially when it comes to a really simple look, bronzer is everything. Right now I feel like I'm doing good time, but anytime I film a get ready with me prior to an event, at the last second I'm like, I gotta go, I'm gonna be late. Kyle's like, I'm gonna start changing the clocks in the house so that you think you're always running late, but realistically you're an hour early. It low-key helps. My alarm clock in my bedroom, I have one of those ones that lights up and mimics the sunlight, so you wake up naturally versus in a panic to a screaming alarm. I have that one set to 10 minutes ahead of time, so whenever I wake up, I'm always 10 minutes early, and I love that. It like legit works. Like, you forget that you're waking up early, and you do it for all my clocks in the house. And if you look at your time on your iPhone, you're kind of like screwed, because iPhone always gives you the exact time. But yeah, I feel like I'm doing pretty good time right now, and everything is coming out really good so far. Blush, I'm going to be using this Bare Minerals Blurred Buff Bounce and Blur blush. It's pretty neutral, keeping it all really soft just because I don't know what I'm going to wear, and I don't want my makeup to clash, so just keeping it neutral is always a safe bet. Almost translates a little bit pink on me because my skin tone likes to turn everything brassy, so that's why I go for more beigey taupey colors, because at the end of it, my skin's going to warm it up a bit anyway. Semi on time. So for the lip, I'm not sure what I want to wear. I kind of want to do a red lip, but I don't know if it'll clash with what I'm wearing, so I'm just going to stick with a gloss. I'm just going to stick with a gloss for now. It's always a safe bet, and For daytime makeup, I love a gloss because it guarantees that your lips will never look dry or patchy. You know, sometimes you wear a matte lip and then you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, oh wow, my lips look so crusty. I can't believe I went around looking like that today. So a gloss for me, especially like a nude or natural lip toned gloss, is a safe bet, and it always looks good during the day. So I'm going to use Little One lip liner from ColourPop, which is really close to my natural lip color, and then I'm going to just toss on some Glossier clear lip gloss. Okay, so funny thing is, I ended up actually really liking the way my hair was looking, even though all I did was clip it back for a makeup tutorial. So I swapped out the clip and did a fancier clip. I actually picked this up when I was in New York at a random store. It's actually not random. I think they have one here in LA too, so I'll link it down below. Just to make it a little more like fashionable and cute. Very effortless hairstyle, hoop earrings, and a white tee that says my logo here. Be kind. Be kind. Kyle got it from me because of my tattoo. He saw it and he was like, I need to get that from Melissa. And I just love it, and I love him for that. So yeah, that completes this look. I feel very confident in this makeup. Going out in daytime, or a daytime event, being out and about, meeting people, talking to people, the gloss, the skin, the eyes, I feel like the best version of myself. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Get Ready with me. If you did, make sure to give it a like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, check out the new Estee Lauder DoubleWear Radiant Concealer, and stay in place makeup, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys. Bye guys. Mwah.